Here is the 5-minute 911 call where the lady officer murdered the man in his apartment, sitting on his sofa eating ice cream. And her excuse was she was thinking she was at her apartment, even though she was on the wrong floor. But this is the call, 5 minutes. 911 call.
Get up here.
Dallas Unreleased, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is off-duty officer. I need emails. I'm in number.
What's your address? Do you need police as well or just EMS?
Yes, I need both.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at apartment number 1478. I'm in 1478.
And what's the address there?
It's 1210 South Lamar, 1478. Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
He shot someone?
Yes, I thought it was my apartment. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
I'm in. What do you mean? I'm inside the apartment with him. Hey, come on.
What's your name?
I'm Amber Guyger. I need to get me. I'm in.
Okay, we have help on the way.
I know, but I'm gonna lose my job. I thought it was my apartment.
Okay,
Hey, man.
Hold on. Okay, stay with me, okay?
I need supervisor. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. I thought it was my apartment.
I understand. Now we have help on the
I thought
way.
it was my apartment. Hurry, please.
They're on their way.
I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. I could have sworn I parked on the third floor.
Okay, I understand.
No. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment.
And what's the gate code there?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I thought it was my apartment.
They're trying to get in there. We have an officer there. You don't know the gate code?
No. I thought it was my apartment.
Okay, and what floor are you in right now?
The fourth floor. Fourth. Hey, bud, they're coming, bud. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, where was he shot?
He's on the top left.
Now, they did not want this 911 call released.
You're with Dallas PD, right?
Yes.
How many people has Dallas officers murdered this year?
Oh my God, I'm done. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Hey, bud.
They're trying to get there to you, okay?
I know. Stay with me, bud.
They're almost there. They're already there. They're trying to get to you.
I thought it was my apartment. Holy I thought it was my apartment. Oh my God.
them? Do you see them?
No. No. How the I took it out of there? How did I see this for? I'm too tired. Honey. Over here.
Okay, go ahead and talk to me.
No, it's me. I'm off duty. I thought they were in my apartment. I thought this was my floor.
First start by saying it sounds like on the 911 call that help is not being administered. The arrest warrant does indeed say that Amber Guyger gave first aid to Botham Jean. Look, I've covered the Dallas Police Department for 17 years. This situation was something that I could never have imagined. It ignited a firestorm of conspiracy theories. One of the biggest was that they knew each other. They didn't. I was there the night that protesters took over the freeway and in protest to what had happened. This was a case that ignited anger, confusion, and race was front and center. Joining me now to talk about this, we've gotten this tape. We're taking a look at would the release of this tape would it have made a difference? Should the city and police and prosecutors have released it? Joining me now is Kathy Lothorpe. You've represented police officers, and Jasmine Crockett. You're a local civil rights attorney. Kathy, you've just listened to this. Should this tape have been released?
Considering the fact that this case was highly publicized, that the media, that the police departments, that the district attorney's office all had a chance to speak, it created a one-sided bias, in my personal opinion, which can affect the jury pool that is presented when she has a chance to go to a jury trial. In that case, I think this should have been presented.
And Jasmine, what's your reaction after seeing this tape?
I was pretty overcome with emotion, to be perfectly honest. To hear, and I don't know if the audience could hear, but to actually hear what sounded like Botham taking his last breaths, it was a very moving thing for me. It's sad. It's very sad. But you could see that the officer was very cognizant of the trouble that she was in for what she did.
Do you think it would have made a difference if it had been released?
You know, I honestly don't think it would have made a difference. I think that everybody is going to buckle down on whatever side they're going to buckle down on. I think that the times that we're living in are pretty racially charged times, in which we're consistently seeing minorities killed by law enforcement and nothing happening to law enforcement when they kill someone who is a minority. So I think that, unfortunately, due to the times, it probably wouldn't have made a difference. I think people are going to choose their sides whether they've heard this or not.
And Kathy, you represented police officers in trials. How do you think a jury will view this?
Well, I think that this is a very real recording of what was going on at the moment. Legally, we call that excited utterance, which is something that's normally admissible for that very reason. There wasn't a lot of time to react and to plan and scheme what she was going to tell everyone. This was very real. I think the jurors will see it's very real, and she's filled with concern, but she has compassion. She has all the emotions of what just happened, and that her life was affected as a result. So I don't agree just what was just said, if I might just say that real quickly, because I think that we right away are assuming this is race-based. When you hear this tape, you don't get that from it.
Now, we got to hear the unreleased 911 call that Texas would not release to the public, and then it was basically a news reporter got a copy of it. But this officer on the left, who murdered the man on the right, she sent a text to her married co-worker, who she knew was married, saying, a bunch of sexual things. So now, the mentality of this woman is in question to me. She definitely has something wrong in her mind to be able to send a text such as this. So now this officer who went into this neighbor's house and murdered him, Amber Guyger, 31, also texted her police officer boyfriend, "Want a touch?" ? Just minutes before killing this man in his house. And she lived in the same building with this man. Instead of going to the 3rd floor, she went to the 4th floor and murdered this man sitting on his sofa eating ice cream. So now these officers right here were sexting each other right before she murdered this man, and then they deleted all their texts. They knew something was up. They're more guilty than they're going to ever admit. But here they are, the married cop going out with the other cop who murders someone and gets away with it. She actually only got 10 years for murdering this man, which she'll do 5, unless they can figure a way to get her out faster. So this sex-crazed, cheating officer, cheating with a married co-worker, sending explicit photos and texts, who isn't even smart enough to find her own apartment, murders a man and gets 10 years, which everybody knows will get day for day good time. If they could figure a way to get her out sooner, they will. But this is what you look like when you're a murdering cop and you basically get a slap on the hand. People who get busted with cannabis get more time than this lady. But she belongs to the Blue Line gang. The Blue Line murders and gets away with it every day in the United States of America. The Blue Line thug gang can do no wrong. Faces of evil every day from the Blue Line thugs.